Presumption of innocence, meaning one is innocent until proven guilty. Presumption of guilt, meaning one is guilty until proven innocent. Accordingly, there is proof spellers of magic
But
words
all
or
you
words
really
of
need is
power,
some samples
monks
of the
that turn their
criminal
bodily
set and some
existence
samples
into
of
a
the
mummy,
non-criminal set.
believers that burn their money
belong
in
to the
order
kingdom
to
of Animalia.
representations as such,
Me, the
hold
servant of the
continuous
people,
merit through
the
human
Bowling
history.
Green Massacre survivor, all I do is win, just call me Dave. Political distractions seek refuge to bot-wise, viral-like statements, while political speech becomes an archaic museum exhibit for nostalgic voyeurs. This is fake, right? This has got to be fake, is the spontaneous reaction to the subject perceptual trigger. There are things you know, things you know you don't know, and things you don't know. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others is echoing through the available information superhighways, while you still process the pictorial, audio, textual, all-in-all perceptual overstreaming that abuses the latest unknown unknowns.
A village of 587 castle-like villas lies uninhabited in an eastern territory.
The dancers collapsed and fell to the ground exhausted, groaning and sighing as if in the agonies of death. Start noticing, there are rainbows and freezing rain and halos and supercell thunderstorms and ball lightning and water sprouts and frost flowers and red moons and moonbows and volcanic clouds and animals falling from the sky. Apparently lately, there is also snow and desert and snow and sunny beaches and a very, very fragile atmosphere that used to be cool but is becoming not so cool. Rejection of already established knowledge is supposed to be liberating and enhancing new, creative ways of thinking. However, knowledge was never about feeling, was it? They danced together, ceaselessly, for hours or days, and in wild delirium, the dancers collapsed and fell to the ground exhausted, groaning and sighing as if in the agonies of death. In sociology and psychology, mass hysteria is a phenomenon that transmits collective illusions of threats, whether real or imaginary, through a population in society as a result of rumors and fear. Obsessive dancing manias, unstoppable painstaking laughter, outbreaks of screaming, collective panic through repetitive reactions of a commonly shared subconscious. Protect each polarized value of the admitted secession between the mind and the body. There are rational illustrations of madness and mad illustrations of rationality. There is supposed to be a clear distinction between a healthy isolated core and a pathological divided one. There are supposed to be 16 types of personality, broad enough to fit us all, and 10 ink blots that judge us. Attempts to simulate the weirdest organ of them all, the one that is both physical and wild. It's particularly useful when you cosmic dark. And there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. Probability is a measure quantifying the likelihood
of a relatively
that
undeveloped
Society in which adherents practice superstitious rituals hoping to bring modern goods supplied by a more technologically
reveals an
advanced
underlying desire for some sort of divination. But in the age of mediated social interactions, put the numbers in the correct order, map and analyze them. Is this something about the deep structure of knowledge, or just a revealed tick or meme among Wikipedia authors? Does this effect give us a hint about the organization of the ultimate tool of knowledge, e.g. reactions of a commonly shared subconscious that every now and then synchronizes its constituent individualities, as if to reboot them? Supposedly clear borders protect each polarized value of you. What about real identities and experiments of conformism regardless?
The question.
Assumptions, hypotheses, and so on. These allow its familiars to start debating about the nature of the world. Depending on the chosen assets, philosophy can start to look either like well-established science or like well-performed art. Fortunately, there is no lever here to pull, so you can just enjoy the ride. Let the battles begin. Are we still talking about collective intelligence? Or have we reached the critical point where intelligence becomes indistinguishable from idiocy? It might seem like common sense to avoid catching yourself on fire.
Of a supreme being, a creator deity, and a
They
principal
represent
object of
communication.
their reason of existence has been eliminated to a voice of one calling into the wilderness. The lost way to the addictive and accumulative habit of luxury, the flows of time and value, and the constant turns of arrangements amongst human societal constructs get denoted through three-dimensional full-size replicas. Representations as such, hold a continuous merit through human history and intend to make viewers, surrounded by them, feel as if they were standing in the midst of the depicted place. The as-if factor is a strongly affecting mechanism of unconscious desire, the libidinal struggling drive to affect an already existing reality in order to reach the imaginary. At the same time, a non-representative, non-replicating, non-depicting, 100% real desire housing project proves to be a slave-like establishment where people suffer from levels of oppression. All similar arrangements, steadily lacking of inherent, intrinsic value, will continue to comment the relationship between human and the surrounding environment. Whether poorly or well executed examples of overcoming natural resources, economic.
Are we still talking about collective intelligence? Or have we reached the critical point where intelligence becomes indistinguishable from idiocy? It might seem like common sense to avoid catching yourself on fire, but in the age of mediated social interactions, think again. Self-immolation, a practice well received as the most extreme form of protest, now serves the noble cause of finding online followers, a suitable preaching flock to share your bits with. People like feeling like a part of something big.